What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel and to another video. Today we have another new series, a short one heading into FIFA 21, but a series nonetheless. And I will be splitting this into 5 different parts. So if we can hit 25 likes in this video, I know it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but we've got to progress, and I don't think we've reached around that number before, especially not recently anyway, so that's the target. And if you reach that, I will upload part 2 of the mini-series tomorrow. And feel free to comment down below whether you disagree with any of the player ratings and their stats and whatnot. So just before we get on with the player ratings and all of that jazz, if you do happen to enjoy this video by the end of it, feel free to like the video, it helps out a lot, and subscribe to the channel whilst you're there for more content like this. All of your support is very much appreciated. Now, with all that being said, we'll get on with the actual video. So for the top 100 FIFA 21 Ultimate Team player ratings, for the first screen, as you can see on screen now, it does cap at a minimum 85 rated overall, which is fine because all that means is that anyone below the 85 rating, and then maybe including some of the 85s that maybe didn't quite fit in, they just miss out, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're very low rated or something. But either way, as you can see, we do have Anthony Lopez of Lyon. Their shot stopper, of course, who's managed to maintain his 85 rating overall for me. As a very respectful season for the French side, kind of gave him the chance to, remain an 85 rated. Sergio Canales as a very good player, I'd say, for Betis, with an upgrade for what's been, a pretty exceptional season for the Spaniard, outperforming the likes of Nabil Fekir, his teammate, of course, even though he obviously did somehow get the team of the season at the end of it. Papu Gomez of Atalanta, with the same rating, though it is tempting to give him an upgrade to an 86, probably the highest I'd give him, for sure, but I opted against doing that. Riyad Mahrez is a player who I think is just criminally underrated in world football, and he's definitely one of my favourite players to watch when he's actually on the ball. Either way, the Algerian has seen himself to a +1 overall from me, from his 84, and this is to match his card from the previous year where he was an 85 rated, and hopefully this year they give him a bit more pace as well. That would be nice to see. And finally, for this slide, in Mateo Kovačić, having been easily Chelsea's best player of the season for them, that is, and has really flourished in a free-flowing attacking side, and has definitely overperformed in some people's eyes. But the impressive season does warrant at the very least, a +2 upgrade for me, or even 3, as you can see I've given him there. For the second lot of players, we do have Alan of Napoli and Kostas Manolas, also of Napoli, retaining their 85 overalls in having a pretty solid season collectively, but not necessarily setting the world alight, and so I just kept them at their ratings. Another Serie A player beside him in Alexandro, who unfortunately likely still will not be getting his Juventus badge anytime soon, so we'll have to stick to the Piemonte Calcio badge and kits, which they're just not great. It's never nice to have kind of like snide clubs and badges, kits, all of that, and I kind of hope that Juventus come back into FIFA when they can, because I'm sure Pez got some exclusive rights. None of the cards in this particular screen have been upgraded from obviously FIFA 20, but have remained the same, including the likes of Fabinho and Ibrahimovic at the end there, now of AC Milan as well. For the third set of players, as I just skipped past the last few, as they didn't get that good upgrades, or they weren't really worth talking that much about. We are still in the 85 rating range, as you can see, but I did opt to include Sirigu, Serge Gnabry, Visca of the Turkish league. I'm not sure which club, it's like Basak Sehir or something. I'm probably not going to ever say that again. Leroy Sané as a new Bayern recruit, and Alex Telles of Porto. Now, Sirigu only received 1 special card for individual performances last year, and his side did have a decent season, but nothing crazy. But I believe him to have had a very good year himself, and it's always nice to see a player return back to the top on good form, like his old PSG days. Serge Gnabry, who this year has notoriously shredded London sides whenever he's come up against them in Europe, including the likes of Spurs and Chelsea, and also managed to indulge in some top-flight performances all round, especially in his league, being one of the best performers for Bayern in Bundesliga. He might even deserve an 86, some would say, but I give him the +1 anyways. Visca is a player who's, he's been commended quite a lot, thoroughly, throughout all year, and more often he's been awarded man of the matches, and he's gotten a lot of goals for his side then he hasn't. Granted, he might be playing in a seemingly inferior league, but he's definitely got an eye for a goal and looks sharp taking on players, as I've seen highlights of him. And I know highlights can be deceiving because it's obviously their best efforts and it doesn't show the things that go wrong, but he does look very good, and I don't think you can dispute that really. Sané is yet another Bayern player who, yes, he has been given a -1 here, but more so down to the injuries and not like the actual ability of the player, as no doubt he'll be showing his ability weekly, week in, week out soon enough. And then finally, Alex Telles, as a player who has been linked with a lot of big teams throughout the last couple of years, as he continues to impress in Europe and for his Portuguese side. And as we move on to the final screen today, we do have Andre Onana as one of Ajax's remaining 2019 stars who went to the semi-finals or whatever. As the Cameroon shotstopper is open to a move elsewhere, so we could be saying bye to him as well in the coming months. Gareth Bale, who you could kind of put him in the fall from grace sort of situation, having not long been universally recognised as a Galactico, one of the best players in the world, casually scoring bicycle kicks in cup finals, and he's kind of at the point where he's sitting on the reserves, just rotting away, that is, and actually preferring to play the golf and napping whilst he sees his team potentially win the league this season. It would be pretty funny to see him get the winners medal despite only playing like a very minimal amount of minutes, considering how long seasons usually are. And I'd have thought with all this lockdown and the resumption of football, maybe Zidane would put things aside and actually play one of their best players, but I guess he's not really up to it, and we could see Bale leave Real Madrid very shortly. And I'm not sure if it would be a free agent or if somebody goes and buys him or whatever, but I really don't expect him to stay there for too long. But as much as he should get a downgrade because he's really not playing any games, everyone knows just how good he is and how good he can be, and so for me he doesn't deserve a low rating at all, so I just kept him at the 85 because I felt bad. Wilfred Ndidi of Leicester City, a second coming of N'Golo Kante, some may say, who has enjoyed a season of impressive performances overall, and seeing his side carry out some fine performances here and there against pretty big teams in the Premier League, as they're sitting pretty in third, I believe. Lautaro Martínez as Barcelona's primary transfer target this summer, and Witsel, who I guess has always impressed, at least since joining the German side, and he is here with Martínez to pretty much sum up the video for me of these player ratings. And this is the first episode of the player rating series, so if you did enjoy, make sure to like the video, and like I said, if we reach the target, I will upload part 2 tomorrow, and if not, it'll come in the coming days, but I'm sure you guys can hit it. And yeah, feel free to comment down below if you think certain players deserve to be in these videos that didn't quite make it, or that if I made any drastic changes to these cards that maybe I shouldn't have. Anyways, I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I guess I'll see you. Peace.